ZK protocol can be actually effective in identifying the authenticity of the original news sources. In other words, like, can it be effective to combat fake news? And by fake news, I'm not talking about the kind of fake news that we're seeing these days, but like AI level fake news. And that's what I would like to. Yeah.
Okay, so I think the answer is actually very simple. Blockchains are permanent store of information or data, which means there's something in ZK called attestations. So if you commit a proof, or let's say, I don't want to use technical terms. So if you upload a particular piece of information, and then you generate a proof that you uploaded that piece of information, and it has attestations of time, dates, source, or all of this information attached to it, it means this is the actual source of the information. So I don't think it would be able to say this is a valid information or true information. I just think it doesn't show proof of I broke this laptop, okay? It doesn't give you this proof. If only that somebody made a video and this was attested online, and then, okay, I think another thing we could look into is, it's actually interesting. Succinct Lab is a ZK protocol. You're working on proving systems, verifying systems. So they started working on something. Someone invented a camera that has ZK properties. So you could take pictures of things, and you could prove that these are real pictures that were taken, not AI edited pictures or images or videos. And you could have attestations on the blockchain, and you could verify that we're in a very, very crazy age where this current panel could definitely be AI generated. So yeah, they basically help you verify what is true and what's false, but based on the metadata, based on the attestations. So I don't know if that answers your question directly, but basically it's maths, so it doesn't have human bias. It still relies on data that's been uploaded, but probably factual data that's been uploaded or invalid data that's been uploaded. I think that's still left to human to comprehend. But in terms of things that can be computably verifiable, you could help with that.
Like, in a sense, I get it somewhat, but I'm still in the learning process.
Yeah, go on.
I think I have to check the YouTube video later.
Yeah, I think if you want to understand, it's like oracles,
please.
It's like oracles. So basically, you can trust an oracle, okay, but the problem is the oracle source. So with ZK, you can basically verify that this is what the oracle said, okay, but you need also always to trust the oracle, the initial oracle. So it's the same problem that you have also in without ZK. That you can trust an oracle, but if the oracle is right or wrong or this kind of thing. This is what I understood, so I don't know if I'm totally right. Okay.
So I think since we'll go into Grokipedia and the whole stuff later next week, just like Wikipedia, because it's open source, you could know when a particular piece of information has been edited, or when it was falsified or stuff like that, and all the changes are verifiable. Not verifiable, but attested on their websites. So ZK makes it, because if Wikipedia decides, they're open source, so I'm not going to, but we can use Grokipedia, they are going to be the scapegoats for today. So if they decide to alter a particular piece of information, there's centralized organization, so there is no way to verify that this piece of information was altered, or the source of this piece of information has not been changed, or stuff like that during a period of time. But if Grokipedia, for example, was hosted on the blockchain, and they use ZKs to show proof of information, and whenever someone makes an edit, it gets attested on chain. I think even with the blockchain, you could do this without ZK. So it just helps probably in maybe proving that you're an author on
yeah,
Wikipedia, proving that you published this particular article without actually doxing yourself. I think these are like the nitty-gritty that it could help with. You know, you're a journalist, for example, you write blogs. You want to get paid, but you don't want to dox yourself and show your name or stuff. You don't want to dox your ID. You could actually show proofs that you actually wrote this article without actually doxing your personal information. So ZK could help with that type of use case. Do you understand?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, to level up the question here, though, if we still have time here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Like journalists are basing the report on external sources, right? It can be like an image, a spreadsheet, financial like analysis, a report, anything that can be all AI manipulated. Right, on that source level, do you think that ZK actually can stand and like track and?
Okay, yeah. So there is, like I said, there's something called attestations. I'll give you. I don't really know about data that is not on the blockchain, that is like based on human beings' inputs, because transactions on the blockchain can be verifiable, or you can see them on the blockchain basically. So thereby, you can always like go back to when a particular token was minted. You can go back to when the token was created. You can check the date and time of when a particular transaction was made. So all of this information are on chain. And not to forget where I was going before. So basically, you would be able to still show attestations of this particular information and prove of this particular information, but I don't think it would help with showing validity of if it's a fake news, because it's decentralized, it's open. So the same way a great hacker will be able to like upload right information, a false hacker will be able to like also upload false statements. Does that help?
Yeah, I think so. I'm exploring like all kind of like options, right? Like, it's an uncharted territory, and obviously like ZK caught my attention in the last few weeks when I was actually like attending these events, and I know it's a very difficult topic. I appreciate your helping me with some inputs.
And just hard in case you're building a platform. If you want to provide anonymity for your journalists, ZK could help with that. If you want to be able to accept payments privately or tips privately, so they don't track who published this journal. I mean, you're docs now, so you're cooked. But if you want to be able to do all of these primitives, ZK could help you with it.
That's a good start. Yeah, thank you so much.